Leetcode 100, same tree. It's an easy type problem, and it's also an entry-level problem for trees. So definitely try learning it and studying in depth, since in more advanced problems, you might still need to check if trees are the same, but implicitly. So it might be just one of the steps of multi-step solution for some more advanced problem. And here it's just the whole problem is to verify whether two trees are the same. And here is the description. Given the roots of two binary trees called P and Q. So both of them are our inputs, P and Q, and they are the objects of that class, tree node. And the class stores data in this .val field, which is label or data. In our case, those are those integers inside circles, and then there are the connections to left and right child. So we only go from the parent to the child. We cannot go from children to the parent, and we have to verify whether two trees are the same by going node by node. And if any node is different than the expected node on the other side, then we already know that trees are not exactly the same, and we can return false. The answer is Boolean. And here is another description, or like further explanation. Two binary trees are considered the same if they are structurally identical and the nodes have the same value. So we need to have the same structure, the same number of nodes in the same places, and of course the nodes have to store the same values. And the first example, we have two small trees, 1, 2, and 3, and the same on the right side, and of course they are the same. They have the same number of nodes and the same values in respective nodes. In the second example, we also have the same, but no, sorry, here we don't have the same. We would have the same values, but the structure is different. So for the left tree has the left root has just a single child on the left side, and the right root has the single child on the right side. So the structure differs, and we return false. And in the third example is the same as in the second. The structure is different. So one here on the left has 2, and here one on the left has 1, and one on the right has 1, and one on the right has 2, which makes them not identical, and the output is false. So now let's try to copy this. We want to check if two trees are identical. And let's go with that example. We may use a little bit different values at 7. And let's create the arrows as well, like this and this. And we can check it using various methods, but it all goes down to traversing the tree. And for tree traversal, we have two well-known strategies: DFS versus BFS. And we will try to use both of them, since it's such an easy problem that we can take our time and create both solutions and compare how they perform and how easy it is to create a solution using DFS versus BFS. And DFS goes as deep as possible, versus BFS goes line by line. And maybe let's make it a little bit bigger, this tree. Just add one more node to see the difference between both of them, since otherwise we will not see much difference. And let's first start with the DFS and see how it will compare. So for DFS, we would both start at the very top, but then try to go as deep as possible, like this and like this. Yeah, and then first backtrack and try to go here, but there's no child here, then backtrack as much as possible and no, as much as needed. Yeah, and then go in the other direction. And for the BFS, we would go level by level. And then finally, this would be the last element we check. And for DFS, this would be the last element that we check. Yeah, so we can already add also how we would solve it. So you would implement DFS recursively. That's like the most natural implementation, and BFS iteratively. So for DFS, we would first call it on 1 and 1. Yeah. And then inside, we would do the comparison. And the comparison would be, are the nodes both valid or both invalid? And if they are both valid, do they store the same value? That would be the question actually that we can put it here. We will ask it for both DFS and BFS. Yes, so if both nodes are valid, then we have to check if they both store the same value. And if both are invalid, meaning we reach the end of the tree, both are none, then it's also okay. We have reached the end in both cases. And this is just to verify. And in case of DFS, we'll check like, is this and this the same? And the answer is yes. So we go deeper and we check it on both. We call it on both children, and 8 and 8. And then the next one would be 5 and 5. And the next one, we would go back, and 7 and 7. That's it. And for the BFS, we would use separate structure, some helper data structure on an auxiliary data structure called Q or DQ or stack. DQ or stack, not Q. And our stack will be first consists of a pair of two roots. Then we would pop them and check if they're identical. And they're identical, and then we would add the stack both of the children, 8 and 8 and 7 and 7. And then we would pop the first element, 8 and 8, and we would ask, is 8 the same as 8? It is. So we try to add the children of 8, and we would end up with the following stack, 5 and 5, and then pop. Sorry, the better way would be to do it like this. Yes, since the pair is a single element here. 7 and 7. And of course it's the same. but just for the sake of completeness, let me write it all down, and then 5 and 5. That's it, and we continue until the stack is empty. And that's already the last iteration. And now we have finished. Yeah, so that's the BFS version and that's the DFS version. And the DFS is usually more compact. Now let's try to change something. So let's say this one, let's make it to 12. Yeah, and what would happen inside the DFS, we would first go this route as we write in here, and we would first see it at this point, 12 and 7, that they are not the same, and we would return here. But in case of BFS, our 7 and 7 check will be done already here. And we would see right now that it's wrong. It's not the case that they are the same, and we will terminate at this point. Yeah, so sometimes, depending on what kind of tree you have, this if they are not the same, this check will terminate earlier, or sometimes this one, depending on how you first of all how you construct those checks, and second of all what kind of tree we have. And in the case of identical trees, then either way, both DFS and BFS would go through each node once. And now let's try to convert the code what we were talking about. So the first condition is, we check for this condition. First condition is that they are both invalid. Yeah, so if P is none and Q is none, then it's okay. Otherwise, if P is none or Q is none, or the values are not the same, then we have to return false, and then we call the DFS on P left and Q left. Here we compare the left children of both P and Q, and the same time we do it for the right child. Yeah, but the way the function calls work is that once we start this function call, we have to complete it before going to the second one. Yeah? So they are that's why the DFS goes as deep as possible and then backtracks. So now let's see if this is enough. And sorry, not DFS, it's called here is the same tree. And that's it. Yeah, and now we can try to implement the second option using the BFS by creating the dequeue. And we have to import it, I think, from collections. Import dequeue. Yeah, and we add both roots, P and Q. And while Q is non-empty, we pop the nodes A and B. Pop left. F first, those will be those roots, and then we will add each time both children from P and Q. Or rather from node 8 and node B, since P and Q are just the original roots, and we'll be updating the nodes as we progress in the queue. And now we do exactly the same check. We can even copy it If both node 8 and node B are none, then we continue. Since now we are inside the loop, not inside a recursive function. And if node A is none, or node B is none, or the values don't match, then we return false. And here we leave return, since if we have found a single mismatch, we can already terminate. We don't have to continue checking. And after that, we have to add to the queue append a new pair, node A left and node B left, as well as node node A right and node B right. And that's it. And if we reach the very end, we can return true. Let's run again and submit. And both run very fast, but I think that the DFS used a little bit more memory. And usually it comes to the preference, whether you like DFS or BFS more, but sometimes they have, especially for graphs, one of the methods is more advantageous for a given problem than the other. Yeah, but in my personal experience, DFS is more common. Yeah, so if you want to choose between mastering one or another, but I think you should master both, then if you ever start with something, then start it with DFS, but then come back to BFS as well.